G'day and welcome to Cities Skylines 1. We're back in Amity Bay, a modded Let's Play series. If you're new to the channel, I'll post a link to the playlist in the corner and also down below in the description so you can check out how we got to this point in our city build. So before we start, we had a couple of comments from our last video. So Flyvox has suggested the name Stars Hollow for our riding stable town build and first in best dressed. So I think we need to name that. Thanks for the suggestion, Fly. Flyvox is part of the Skyline 6 crew, and if you don't know who we are, it's Cities by Steven, Flyvox, Joy Builds Cities, Raid Kitty, Shukabo and me. We share a Discord together, and if you're on Discord, you should come and say hello. It's such a great community in there. And in our recent episode of Cities Skylines Stories, Shake Styles suggested we rename our North Cargo docks to Amity Bay Anonymity Docks, which I thought was just brilliant. So there we go, Shake. That one's for you, buddy. If you're a fan of tongue-in-cheek fictional mysteries, you gotta check it out. It's so much fun to create. I'll drop a link to that in the description below too. So back when we put in our Clayton Forestry, we had a couple of pulp mills which didn't exactly go with our regional build, so we plonked them down here for safekeeping, and I think we should build something proper here. I hate having loose ends like this, so let's tidy it up with something more meaningful. It's kind of on the edge of town, so I feel like they would belong out here, but I think we need to do a bit more to make them settle in. I think we can cook up something pretty cool. Rightio, let's get cracking and see what we can build. Okie dokie, let's see what we've got here. So we have our pulp mills. I added in a third one as we're using the paper in our furniture factory. I just love these types of assets, they look so great with the pipework. I always gravitate to putting them next to a highway as I kind of feel like you'd be awestruck driving past. Then in with some vanilla industrial assets in and around, mostly ones that had tanks and pipework. To be honest, I used these a lot as I just really like how they look, and they really suit this build, so good enough for me. We had the wood chip storage here already, so I supplemented that with another one and a large log yard as well, just so we get those logs there, which I think really reinforce what this area actually does. Around this side, some more vanilla industrial assets, then some warehouse storage for the paper we're producing. Over here I went in with another engineered wood plant. We have 2 up in our forestry area, so a third to balance out the pulp mills is probably a good idea. And in with some sawdust storage next to it. Then just some storage for the plain timber, and there's our pulp mill area, looking very plain just now, so let's detail it up and see what it looks like when we're finished. Rightio, let's take a look. Starting around the back here, we have the 3 pulp mills, little details in and around, some pipework here which I thought connected the 2 mills in a more meaningful way. Some tanks and a wee fuel truck filling them up there, and a couple of backup jennies as well. Around this side, these little sort of office block things here looked like an opportunity, so I went in with a barrier, some concrete barrier things, and CCTV there, and turned it into almost like a delivery checkpoint, and then mirrored that over the other side. Around in the large log yard, lots of muddy and puddle decals, a few container props out front, and some orange plastic cones to help prevent any trucks crashing into them when delivering the logs. Then next to the wood chip storage, a dedicated bay for log trucks to drive in and have the logs unloaded before they're fed into the wood chipper behind. Then same deal next to the sawdust storage as well, just on a bit of a smaller scale. Then some detailing in and around our industry assets. And then with this industrial asset here, it looked like another opportunity where grain comes out underneath, so I thought why not take advantage of that and detail it up accordingly. With this smaller log yard, it's a bit close to this intersection here and was starting to cause issues with traffic backing up, so I created this little side yard here and moved the spawn points. If we take a look, just like that. That way the trucks don't back up on the intersection there, as I quite like this next to the pulp mill. Speaking of spawn points, I moved these pulp mill spawn points too, and that way it stops trucks smashing into our car park or our little delivery area here. Then last but by no means least, this little colossal forestry sign out front here, which I think is quite cute. We used a colossal ore sign over in our ore pit, so it's only fitting we put another one here. And there we go, our little pulp mill build, which definitely looks better than it did when we started out. Well, that's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. If you're on Discord, jump over to our Discord community and say g'day, there's a link below. Stick around for the Cinnos up next, but until next time, take care, have a great day, and thanks again for watching.